Libra, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-March 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's happening for the lovely Libras. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for the lovely Libras in mid-March? What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Libra in mid-March. What's the vibe? What's the energy for my good friends here? Let's get this card out nice and quick. What do we got for the Libras, please? In mid-March. The deck popped out and popped back into my hand. It's always intriguing, and for a lot of you, you know I only read jumpers, but I always find it funny. It's like, all right, why would a card pop out of my hand and then pop back into it? Okay, so you're starting off here with a pretty good card, in my opinion. It's soft, it's loving, it's caring, it's affectionate. So whether that's something you're feeling, whether that's something you're giving, maybe that's something you're needing. It does also connect to spiritual protection too. So it's a really nice card to start us off. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the March subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about this card. So as you can see here, we have this lovely lady with the red headdress, and she's snuggling up to that white bird or dove. Now, in symbolism and divination, white birds, they generally represent those love and light types of energies. This is angelic energy. It's your guides, your spirit team, your ancestors even. So when I see her hugging up on that bird, I'm like, okay, this is spiritual insulation. So spirit's got your back in one form or another. So I feel like that's very reassuring. It's like you're not alone. We're here with you, whether you sense it or whether you don't. So I feel like this is beautiful energy from the other side connecting with you here. Now, this is a very affectionate type of card. So for some Libras, listen, I know Libras are very cuddly types of people. Maybe that's something you're wanting, right? I'll give you a big old internet bear hug here, but maybe you just need some hugs, right? Us humans, we love physical affection, especially Libras ruled by Venus. This could be someone you're connected to as well, where it's like, all right, well, maybe they need a little bit more affection. So that's just something to keep in mind, right? It doesn't have to be a big thing. For some of you, might just be feeling a little softer emotionally than you normally are. It's nice. So we're just going to put her over there. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say the first card there doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into the intuitive juiciness. Let's shuffle it up one time here for the lovely Libras. Okay, yeah, it's a nice soft energy. I do like it. So even if we get some rough cards, that's a good thing. But yeah, while we shuffle this up and get it ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. So the reading was titled Big Karmic Ending. For a lot of Libras, if there's any sign that can understand the karmic scales of the universe, that would be you. To me, it did feel like certain chapters could be coming to a close, which would mean new chapters begin to open. So that was a big theme, biggest I've seen in a while for you, is that certain things are culminating, certain chapters closing out. There's a lot of change, a lot of metamorphosis. So we're going to see what shows up for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So when we take this out, it's for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards for the lovely Libras in mid-March. What's going on here? Please. Thank you. Okay, we have the Emperor. I mean, that's your opposite sign right there, Mr. Aries. With the Emperor, I do like this. I feel like this could be good because it's complementary to your vibe. Let's get a couple more out. We are moving closer to Aries season as well. So that could be a little time indicator for some of you. Strength. Okay, so we've got some Leo vibes. And here's more of that soft, caring, affectionate type of energy we were discussing. Let's get one more. What do we got here for the Libras, please? What do we got? Okay, 5 of Wands. All right, so this is a very fiery spread for you. this week, and that doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing, and I'm going to explain why. But yeah, we have the Five of Wands here on the back end. We'll need to take a look at that. That can be okay, but let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. But at first look, first glance, you know me, I always look at the elements first. I feel like that tells us how the energy's moving, the potential ways it could be affecting you, and it's fire straight across the board, right? We got the Aries energy, we got the Leo energy, we got the Five of Wands. It's like fire, 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 fire. And that can be really good for your vitality, your inner energy. It's like wound up, it's motivated. Let's go, let's do this. I like it in a Libra reading because Libras, as an air sign, you get along pretty damn good with fire signs for the most part. It's a complementary element to you. The only issue with so much fire is that it can be unpredictable. Right? It could be very volatile, it could be very explosive, or it could just go in certain directions where it's like, okay, didn't know it was going to go that way. So we're going to definitely have to look at this much closer, but I'm initially feeling okay about it. It's not really concerning me, except for this Five of Wands. We want to take a look at that because that's a little aggressive. But let's go through piece by piece and really start to build this out. So position number one, we are starting with the Emperor, the big Aries energy. Some people link it to Taurus as well. The King of Kings. So you do know that the Empress, that links to Taurus, but also Libra because of the Venus energy. This is the counterpart. And if you know about astrology, Libra is on one side of the zodiacal wheel, right across from each other. We got the Aries Libra, the peanut butter and jelly. So, and even me in my personal life, I'm an Aries. I get along so well with Libras. It's just a beautiful thing. That's besides the point, though. When we see the Emperor, it's divine masculine energy. Again, it's the King of Kings. So this card gets a bit of a bad rep. It could represent control. It could represent authority figures. It could represent people in positions of authority. So whether it's your own authority or the people that you work and connect with. It can have some challenges because sometimes this card could either represent someone that's a little too controlling or trying to control things that can't be controlled, right? So that's usually a waste of energy. So we'll want to look at this further. I initially feel like this is good. If it's not representing a person, it's like, okay, this energy is under control, it's in place, it's doing what it needs to do. So we'll look at this further. I mean, I guess it really depends on whatever your situations are. Now, moving to the center, we do have the Strength card. Beautiful. So again, more fire energy. That's Leo. And we see this beautiful angelic figure. She has the universal symbol over her head, and she's snugging up to that lion. So again, I always say that this is also an affectionate card. It's a very loving card. So and you might be a little softer on the inside than you normally are. You might be a little more emotional. But to me, this is a card of somebody's character, who they are as a person. Does this person have a lot of willpower? Does this person have a lot of determination? How does this person solve problems? Because that's a big thing with this card, solving issues, solving problems. This could also represent trying to refrain from things like, no, maybe not right now. So there could be various things, whether it's thoughts, whether it's habits, where it's like, you know, I'm going to try to keep a distance from this for the time being. Challenge that comes with the Strength card. Sometimes it represents caving on things, where it's like, all right, well, I had good intentions and I didn't want to do it, but I did it. It's like one of those types of vibes. So we'll see what's up with this. I feel like it can be good, and especially with the universal symbol, this is angelic as well, and it also does connect to that universal karmic energy. So we'll see what's up with that. Now, moving to the very back end, and I'm not going to say that this last card is going to make or break the reading, but I feel like this is going to give us a lot of clarity when we look at it deeper. We have the Five of Wands. It's one of the cards I always say, you don't have to be an expert in tarot to understand what this means. We got five people, they're beating the tar out of each other with sticks. Now, in the good sense, I'm going to give you the positives and the challenges. The positives of this card, tons of determination. Whatever issues, whatever problems, whatever situations pop up in front of me, I'm going to make it through. So yeah, especially with strength, maybe you're going through certain tests, or maybe you are experiencing some problems or situations that take a little bit more determination to get through them. So it's like a check in one form or another, or a test. That's a big vibe. Now, the challenge with this, aside from all the determination and the gusto and the fire, is that it could be very aggressive. This could represent fights. This could represent fighting against something. This can represent feeling conflicted about things like, oh, I feel this way, then I feel that way. So it's like seeing both ends of the spectrum when this card is here. And again, since this is all fire, it can be very unpredictable, especially this card. So I don't yet want to say that this is a warning. We're just going to have to see how all this plays. There's just a lot of fire here. Libra. So I want to dive deeper on all of it. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Let's get a good shuffle here for my Libra friends. What's happening? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Pardon me. Let's go in on the Emperor. Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Libra, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, Emperor time. Why is he here? Where's the Emperor here for Libra? It's a little wild. This is a little wild. So I do feel like this is a little bit of a warning here. Because I'm getting some impulse control. Now, it doesn't feel like the worst thing ever, but notice we have the double Aries cards here. We have the Fool in reverse underneath this Emperor, so it's like, oh, I'm having a hard time keeping this under control. So whether it's like a craving, whether it's a behavior, it feels a little wild to me, Libra. And listen, I know Libras are usually pretty balanced individuals, and you notice I have a little smirk on because it's like, oh, okay, it's a little spicy here, my friends. The Fool does embody a lot of the Aries traits. It's the first of major arcana, usually in the upright. It's like, yeah, we got new things, and like it's usually good for fresh, optimistic type of energy, but it can be extremely spontaneous. And again, more fire everywhere. So when it shows up in reverse underneath this Emperor, it's like, oh, I'm having a hard time controlling this feeling. I'm having a hard time controlling this impulse. So just know you might be a little more impulsive than you normally are. You might be a little more unpredictable than you usually are. Either that or someone around you is. The explosive energy is here. And again, it doesn't have to be a bad thing, but I just feel like I have to warn you, at least up front, because I only do 6-card spreads. 4 of the cards are powerful fire energy here for you this week. And I mean, I guess if you could channel this energy in the proper way, this could be fantastic for you. You might feel like you're catching a second wind or feeling revitalized. This can be really good. But I feel like this can be a bit of a warning because you might be acting a little spicy here in more than one way. Let's keep moving over because I really want to get to that 5 of Wands. As the energy, it's wild. It's the best way I could describe it, how it's presenting itself to me. Let's see. Why is the Strength card here? Why is the Strength card here? Thank you. Okay. So we have the 9 of Cups in reverse underneath the Strength card. Okay. This doesn't feel like anything major, but when I see the 9 of Cups in reverse underneath Strength, of course, again, this could be somebody trying to refrain themselves. Like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I don't know why that energy is coming through. So again, this could be someone you're connected to. It doesn't have to be you. But notice the only water we have here is in reverse. It's not putting this fire out. So again, for some Libras, this could represent your regular energy levels. This could represent your temper. This could represent things you're trying to refrain from. I just feel like the impulse control, the energy is just very explosive here. And again, if you could channel all this, this is very powerful. But this can easily go off the rails. That's how it feels to me this week. And whether it's anger or other ways, I feel like if you channel this energy, it could be really good for you. But yeah, Strength with the 9 of Cups in reverse, it's just like someone restraining, I'm refraining, I'm trying to control this, but it's so hard to do. I don't know why it's so hard to do. But again, is it a feeling? Is it a situation you're going through? Are you trying to refrain yourself from certain things? I'm getting a bit of a struggle. That's how it feels. Like with the Strength card, 9 of Cups, it's like I have a bit of a struggle. Okay. And this could also be a bump in the road too, where it's like, all right, well, that wasn't easy. But let's keep moving. Let's see what the 5 of Wands has. Then we'll do a quick little recap before we get into the shadow. So let's see why the 5 of Wands is in the mix. The fact that I'm smiling a lot is a good sign for you. But the energy just feels wild to me. Okay. So I'm always going to give a warning when the energy seems wild. Okay. Even though it can be used for good. Let's see what the 5 has. Why is that 5 of Wands here? Thank you. This is like all gas, no brakes. I mean, we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse underneath. It's like, nope, not taking it slow. Nope, I'm not slowing it down. I'm not taking it slow. This is an energy that seems to break through. So like I've been saying, here in the front end, it's like, oh, I'm trying to refrain it. It's very spontaneous. Here in the center, it's like, I'm trying, I'm stopping it. And then boom, the energy just like breaks through in a big way. I'm not saying that you're going to fail from holding back from something. I'm not saying that's definitely the case, but with the way the energy seems to build up, and boom, just explode through, to me, it feels like all gas, no brakes. Now, for some of you, this could be really good. Maybe certain things you've been working towards, you finally catch a breakthrough. That would be a good thing. If there's something that's been bugging you, this is where it could become a challenge. If there's a situation or something that's been on your mind or something that's bugging you, the dam might burst in one way or another. So whether that comes out through a conversation, like to me, it's just like the dam burst. That's the best way I could put the energy. Now, the Knight of Pentacles, Earth sign energy. And usually in the upright, this Knight of Pentacles is slow, meticulous, taking his time. It's card of communication. When I see it in reverse, it's like, I'm not slowing down. I'm not stopping. I'm going to do what I want, especially underneath a card like this Five of Wands, where it's just like so aggressive. So it's like, just, yeah, don't get in my way. Don't try to stop me. That's just how the energy is presenting itself here, Libra. So again, you could channel this energy for good things. It just feels super, super intense. So maybe some of you are going to have some intense experiences in this time. That's very possible as well. But the energy is just a little wild, okay? Let's go through and do a quick recap. Then we'll get into the shadow card. Position number one, we got the double down of this Aries energy, which is the yin to your yang. We have the Emperor with the Fool in reverse underneath it. And like I was saying, it's like so spontaneous, so volatile, where it's like you might be acting in ways that you don't normally do. You might be like, the energy just feels like it's going a little wild. And I've been saying it. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but this just shows it to me. It's something is very hard to control. So whether it's a situation, whether it's your feelings, it's like really hard to keep it under control. And we still see someone putting in a good effort, because we have strength with the Nine of Cups in reverse coming up next to it, which is like, yeah, no, I'm trying. But the energy does eventually break through. That's one thing I will say. Moving to the back end with all this fire just feels very explosive. So just know, if you could channel all this energetic power for good things, whether it's like physical exercise or just certain tasks or things that you've been putting off, you could channel this for good. But the energy to me overall just seems very volatile, where things can go from 0 to 100. Things could be breaking through. Things could be very spicy and picking up business. So, I mean, me as an Aries, I'd lean into this, right? This is my comfort zone. But for some of you, it might not be. It just feels very hot, if that makes sense. And it feels very fiery. So please take a screenshot if you want to look at it further. Yeah, this is the breakthrough right here on the back end. Hopefully it's not your temper. But let's get into the shadow card. And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. It can be a good thing. So let's get you one. Oh, and yes, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this going here. What do we got for Libra, please? What do we got? Okay, Knight of Swords. So again, the all gas, no brakes. Knight of Swords is one of your power cards, and it is the fastest knight in the whole entire deck. So it makes sense with what we've been seeing. The energy is intense. The energy is powerful. The energy is on the move. It's on the go. Now, for a lot of you, this could be Spirit, again, pulling in that determination type of energy that we see here, especially on the back end of the spread. But the Knight of Swords can sometimes be confrontational. So again, if there's, for some of you, you might be letting someone hear it, right? Like somebody could catch a little bit of your aggression, believe it or not, when this Knight of Swords is here. So watch the temper, watch the anger when this card shows up. But at the same time, it also tells us now's a good time to make moves, if that makes sense. Now's a good time to take action, make moves, and do stuff. Okay. And I've been given the exact opposite advice to a few other signs this week. It seems like action and movement, that's your wheelhouse, at least for the next couple weeks. So we're going to put that down there. Just watch the aggression. Don't be too pushy. And yeah, Libra, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the March subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me and get a little glimpse into whatever situations you're dealing with, you can check out my digital calendar on my website, mastermetaphysics.com. The March schedule is up and live, but for the March subscriber surprise, giving away 3 copies of one of my most favorite decks, the Everyday Witches Tarot. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed, and second, let me know down in the comments, where in this beautiful big world are you from? I'll go first. I'm from New Jersey, and you could just put it down in the comments and you'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll talk to you soon.